Sir, excuse me. Are you familiar with, rock? You know, Try it. Come on. No. That's not it. Just let yourself go.
Idiotic human. Punch it, Chili.
Incoming transmission.
Enter authorization code.
Nanu.
Command codes verified.
Books. All the books are me.
Priority clearance recognition, Alpha 1.
I'm immortal again. Omnipotent again.
Transfer complete. Calibration is locked and normal.
Accessing library computer data.
What the hell am I looking at?
Define parameters of program.
Now. You're looking at now, sir. Everything that happens now is happening now.
Here's to the finest crew in Starfleet.
Big fracking deal.
He's dead, Jim.
Incoming transmission.
Do you mind telling me what this is all about, mister? There's an avalanche of doing like now.
Yes, existence, back again. I've been around these parts in, I'd say, about one of these Earth years. Oh, Earth. Looks like Earth rolled a 1. My word. I came here for TusCon. It's the best event every year. I'm always here at TusCon. Is it not happening? No, I can't allow this. Me and the glorious gods of TusCon will never allow this. In fact, I bet I can get them to get to action. I bet I can get them to get motivated. I bet I can get everyone motivated to put on TusCon, and we'll do it virtually. Yes, that's it. If only I could convince them all. Yes, that's what I'll do. I'll convince them that TusCon's the greatest event of all the events, the event that can't be missed. I know, I'll work real hard. They'll all be convinced. I'll convince all the gods of fantasy, horror, and sci-fi. We'll all put TusCon on ourselves. That's right, the gods will power TusCon, and those humans will do it. They'll do it together because we'll get them going. All we need is a convincing argument. I can get the gods convinced. I know what to do. I'll get the gods on my side, and we'll put on a TusCon like there's never been. Hey! You guys want to do TusCon?
Whoa!
A gathering? A gathering, you say?
Brother loves gatherings.
I sure do love gatherings. Will there be any magic at this gathering?
I love magic.
I believe there's going to be magics at this gathering. Magics, gatherings, count us in! Alright! We should go down to the Underdark and go get the librarians. They'll help us out with TusCon. But how will we convince him? We'll have to convince him of how to help us, the librarians.
We'll just have to come up with some magical solution to get him to help.
It's true, some sort of gathering. What will they do? We need to do something. We'll come up with something, a plan, something to say, something that'll make them do it. I'm sure we'll come up with something, a very convincing argument.
We can be very convincing.
Very convincing indeed. I've got it! To the Underdarks! Hey, you guys! You want to do TusCon?
Hey, you guys! You want to do TusCon?
Why, yes, throwing TusCon was my very idea! That's right, me, the game master of the universe, is going to power TusCon with my sci-fi abilities. And then, my fantasy friends, the master of magics, the god of gatherings, why, they'll take care of all your fantasies. And then those librarians of the Underdark, why, they'll take care of all the literary adventures we're about to go on. Yes, TusCon is going to go on! It's TusCon47! Ha ha ha! Wait a minute. Nothing I love more than a game. In fact, why don't we make TusCon a bit of a game? That's right, a virtual game. Yes, a virtual experience. Why? We'll need someone to help all of these players find their path. A pathfinder, in fact. That gives me an idea. How about a master of dungeons? A dungeon master, indeed! I'll summon my favorite dungeon master, and he'll get the job done. Find me a player, find me a party, and we'll get this party started. TusCon47!
Your game master has arrived.
Ah, yes, Dungeon Master, I've got quite the job for you. You've got to have TusCon be put on and on. So first, we're going to need a host, a player, if you will. Yes, a player.
Wait.
No, not that type of player. No one really in the genre knows how to talk to ladies. No, a player of games, a player of fun, a player for you to take on a journey through TusCon.
I see myself as needed in order to be the master of the game.
Let me look down upon this earth. No. Oh, what's this? Why, that young man has... And awesome. But plus 81 charisma. He's just the man for the job. Now to join that player, we'll need a party. A party for the player, yes. No one likes a party more than this player. Let's get the party started because TusCon is on. We've got all our characters, our gods, and all of our friends from fantasy, horror, sci-fi, and a little bit of planet Earth in here. And we're going to put on a show for you unlike you've ever seen before. Because nothing like this has ever been attempted. Not in the known universe or the unknown universe. So hang on tight. It's time for TusCon47. Sci-fi, fantasy, horror. It's on now!
Where is everybody?
I am the great and powerful Grant and Oracle. Welcome to TusCon.
I'm your fairy flight attendant. Welcome to TusCon.
The traveling cabinet of curiosities welcomes you to TusCon.
Cthulhu Pinata says welcome to TusCon!
Blah, 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 blah. Man, if one thing's true, there's nowhere better than Bookman's to get old Star Trek toys. I love it. What the hell? Oh, gee. Where's my clothes? Where's my clothes? Who are you? Where are my clothes?
Pip Penny-farthing III. That's what you're wearing for this game?
Yeah, human clothes. Human clothes would be great. I don't think there's ever been a nipple on the internet, so let's not break that tradition now.
All right.
Oh, whoa, whoa, oh, okay. Oh, hey. Hey. Pretty snappy duds.
You arrive here and that is your earthly outfit? Well, the games master refuses to be outplayed. Ugh.
Hey, looking pretty good there, DM. Wait, is it DM or GM? I can never
For
tell.
you, it shall be DM.
Ah.
No. GM. No. We'll see how my mood strikes me throughout the game. Welcome, Pip Penny-farthing III, to TusCon.
Ooh, TusCon?
You are about to enter a realm of science fiction, fantasy, and I alone will control your fate. But if you play well, you may survive.
Oh, jeez. I mean, TusCon's pretty deadly, but it's never been this deadly. So virtual TusCon, I get to kind of play through the whole thing and experience the whole thing live virtually?
For the first time in TusCon history, you will have the opportunity to explore across all realms. You will be able to go into villages that sell fancy wares. You will be able to listen to bards that have written tall tales. And yes, you will even have the opportunity to meet other enthusiasts of the genres you care for.
Oh, good. I was going to say, TusCon's not much when you're playing alone. So, I hope I'm not just the one player.
Oh, no. Pip Penny-farthing, you're never going to be alone on this quest because you will be joining a band of adventurers that will follow along to see this adventure. Yes, Pip Penny-farthing III, you and your party will be going through many different quests in TusCon.
My party? Oh, what in the... Oh! Well, hey, guys! Alright, it looks like we're doing TusCon! Let's get this show on the road! TusCon47! Here we go!
So, Pip Penny-farthing III, you and your party are now about to begin a quest through all of TusCon. Let the games begin. Do you like this DM screen? My daughter drew it. Isn't it adorable? We shall play. All right. The game shall begin now. Good luck, player. Party, you'll need it.
Oof, haunted. Well, we can't have TusCon without, honestly, the first thing that kicks off TusCon. So we better kick it off right. Hey, can I summon some other friends from the TusCon realms?
I will allow this. This shall make the game more fun.
Oh,
Summon who you...
man. I gotta get a toast going, so I'm gonna summon Weston! Welcome to TusCon!
As guardian of the TusCon time capsule, it is my pleasure to welcome you to virtual TusCon. Weston Oaks is a wizard of words. Hear him toast another TusCon.
Welcome to TusCon47, everybody, or at least a COVID version. The version where nobody's here except yourself in your own room, on Zoom, or whatever we're going to use. The fact is, normally we're all together, 300 to 500 of your closest friends, and we're having a great time. There's cosplayers, there's authors, there are artists, and there are fans. And this is one of my first conventions, and it's the sort of convention where you can actually get up close to who you want to get up close to. A lot of the big conventions like World Fantasy, World Horror, and World Science Fiction Convention, it's really hard because everybody is just rushing from place to place to place. But the programmers here, Scott and Joe, they make sure that there's enough time in between programs for the authors and everybody to mingle with the people who want to come see them, which is why we come to these things. Like I said, it's been going on for 47 years, and you name a famous science fiction author in the last 47 years, and they've been guest of honor at this place. This is a small convention, but it's a prestigious convention. We have guests who are going to attend, but they're now going to attend virtually. And I just want to read them off and give them some props so that you'll know who, if you attend next year, some of the people who are regulars who you will get to see. They include Brenda Wetner, Bruce Davis, Bruce Wiley, Cameron Blackwell, Chaz Kemp, David Lee Summers, Hal Astle, Jenny Franz, Jay Smith, Jennifer Ashley, Jill Bowman, Jill Knowles, Jim L. Doty, Linda Beautiful Addison, Melanie Leonard, Ross Lampert, Simon Hawk, myself, William Herr, and the Immaculate Yvonne Navarro. So enjoy this virtual TusCon47 and know that this is going to be the best that you're going to have all year long for any virtual convention because Frank Powers is running it. However, also realize that nothing is better than coming in person. So we want to see you next year. An open invitation for you all to come out and see us in person, live.
All right, Concom, have I left anything out? Okay, everybody, have fun out there and enjoy TusCon.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yvonne Navarro, and I'm one of the regular attendees at TusCon, along with my Toastmaster husband, Weston Oakes. I really am going to miss being personally at TusCon, but welcome to the first ever virtual TusCon. And I hope everyone has a lot of fun and attends some of the panels and gives a big round of applause to all the people who work hard to make a regular TusCon happen and who are working extra hard to make this first virtual one happen. If you can, maybe go to some of the folks who might have been in the dealer's room, maybe find them online in their online presence and support them and say hi to all the artists and go to some of the panels. It's promising to be a good effort, and like anything else, we learn as we go. Hopefully we won't have to do this virtually again, but if we do, well, we'll be better educated. Thank you, and y'all have a great time. Bye.
So I'm at my first TusCon, which is also my first science fiction convention. It's TusCon20. I head to the smoking con suite. All right, this is way back when you could still smoke indoors in America. And I've collected some buttons off the freebie table, and they're on my jacket. And there's this guy. He looks at my buttons. He says, "Oh, this guy's got great taste in buttons." I look at which button he's pointing at. It's one for a book. I'm like, "Let me guess. You're the writer." He says, "Yes, I am. Adam Niswander. How you doing?" So we take hands. We start talking. I sit down. And we're just go. I have probably 2 hours, half a pack of cigarettes, just shooting the breeze, having fun. And that's really when I got hooked on conventions, and TusCon in particular. It is still the convention where you can sit down and talk to somebody for hours. And that was Adam and I all the way up until the end, really. Every convention, he would seek me out and we'd shoot the breeze for an hour or so. Next. So we're Friday before the convention, a couple hours before the things have started, before Reg is open, so nobody has badges or anything. And the hotel has put some pallets that we were going to use to elevate the TV in the movie room in the wrong room. Very much the wrong room. Our movie room was off the lobby upstairs, and these were way down in the ballroom. The in-suites, long height for heavy objects. So we get a couple of us together. We're going to start hauling them upstairs. And this guy shows up. I don't know who he is. Nobody has name badges. Offers to help. He looks like he won't get hurt. So I say, sure, why not? More hands. So we get these things moved up the stairs, down 3 trips. I say, thank you very much. It was very kind. Head on downstairs, and I see our chairperson, Sue, and she grabs me by the shoulder. She says, what was Tim Zahn doing moving furniture? Yeah, it turns out it was our guest of honor, Tim Zahn, who actually, if you look him up on the web and convention stories, you'll find he does this all the time. He's a really great guy. So we've got a panel Friday night late, like I think an 11 o'clock panel. David Brin's on it. Brin, I think, is still probably our geekiest guest of honor ever. And somewhere in that panel, Monty Python's The Universe song comes up. I don't know how. I don't remember the topic of the panel. He doesn't remember the words that he was trying to quote. Moves on. Panel ends. We get downstairs, but you know, he's a geeky guy. So the next thing I know, there's half a dozen of us, Brin, myself, other folks. And we're just in a circle in the lobby of the hotel trying to remember all the words to the Universe song. Now, the punchline is somebody, we don't know who, printed up the words, slipped them under the door of his hotel room. So Saturday afternoon, we get to his hour with, and he's got this sheet of paper in his hand, and he's really pleased. Like, oh, somebody gave me the words to the Universe song. So then he proceeds to sing it for us. And he does a pretty good job. He's no Eric Idle, but he does fine. Mass autograph session is happening. That's in the ballroom at the Inn Suites. And I'm looking for somebody. always a challenge when you're trying to find somebody at the Institute. It's a big hotel, and we're in like 4 different spots of it. Lots of walking. I get to the ballroom where the autograph session is happening. Can't find whoever I'm looking for, but I get to the stage area, which is opposite of where the autographs are going on, and I hear that somebody is monkeying with the piano that was in the backstage area. So I got to be calm. Go see who's messing around with the piano. So I get back there to the backstage area, and there's Paul Klinko, one of my favorite of our guests, and he's just wailing away, doing awesome blues piano, singing great. For an audience of 1, Eric Schumacher. Well, then it became an audience of 2. I hung out for this little impromptu blues concert. It was awesome. Paul's great. So, a couple weeks before the convention, I get an email from one of our guests, Weston Oakes. Great guy. He says, "Hey, I've just been talking with my publisher. I'm going to get a box of the books, a book I have coming out in a couple weeks. Would you like to do a release party at the convention?" I'm like, "Heck yeah, I want to do a release party at the convention. That'd be awesome." So we get it all done. We give him an hour. He's got the things. He does the stuff. And boom, all of us there got a chance to buy his then brand new book, first one of a trilogy. Fantastic book. So yeah, one of the coolest things that's ever happened to TusCon. We had a book release party. Come on.
Oh, I can't wait to show you this.
Hello, everyone. Well, it's time to take it to TusCon's very own small business Santa, my nephew. I'm so proud of him. He's 39 years old, just a young pup and everything like that. I remember when he used to wet the bed. Oh my goodness, it was so bad. But anyway, he's much better now, and he's going to tell you about the small businesses supporting the TusCon and also how you can support the small businesses. Take it away, little Nicholas.
Uncle Nick! No, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready. I'll be back to talk about small businesses in a little bit. Small business Santa. I think I could do this, Uncle Nick. That's good, right? Well, I gotta say, I thought that was a pretty good way to start off TusCon. This thing feels pretty real to me. Boy, it is more than a fantasy, though. I mean, I think that there's some sci-fi and horror.
Oh, Pip Penny-farthing III. Don't you know anything about role-playing?
No, I don't, actually, not at all.
Oh, well, there are, well, let me tell you then. There are
Thanks.
There are expansion packs.
Oh.
Yes, extra books that will cover everything we are talking about today, including we are talking about science fiction, horror, animation from all countries.
All of them?
Yes, every single country has cartoons. Yes.
Wow. I love cartoons, and I love TusCon. I'm a little freaked out by the horror element, but you know what? Maybe I can just go find some sweet equipment. Can you help me go find some sweet equipment?
You shall begin your quest by finding the equipment you will need to be successful. Go forth, adventurer, but beware, danger is at every corner.
Oh, I hate danger in corners. All right, party. I guess let's party and let's equip up. I'm gonna go look for some sweet elements to add to my arsenal, and I don't know, you guys check out all this stuff. We'll meet back here.
I'm your fairy flight attendant, here to show you all the wonderful things that are in the dealer's realm. You can find toys, books, memorabilia, and great works by local artists and artists from all over the world.
Okay. Yes. Hey TusCon, how's it going? So, my Uncle Nick, he put me in charge of Christmas this year, so I'm gonna be your small business Santa, yeah. Really, I'm gonna get things started in just a little bit. I'm just making a list, and I'm really checking it like 22 times. I've got a lot of OCDs and anxiety. So, I just want to tell you who you're going to hear from coming up. You're going to learn all about Questcraft, as well as Art by Ale, author James Pack, The Left Hand Asylum. We've got the Creatively Queer Press, as well as author S.J. Shaver. He's on my list. Goth Geek will be coming up in a bit. Dragon and Wolf Crafts. And don't forget the Traveling Cabinet of Curiosities. It's April and Michael. They're on my list. So I'm going to keep making this list. I might have to check it a few more times. We'll be right back. It's Small Business Santa trying to get you to spend some of your holiday money on all these small businesses this year.
Guardian of the TusCon Time Capsule. While this year TusCon is virtual, in reality it is a realm of its own that you can visit in the past and in the future. We shall now take a tour of TusCon Past. Enjoy.
Where are we? It's your BFF, your best friend forever. The Prince of Promotion, the King of Commotion. And I'm looking out of this world, because where am I? TusCon45. That's right. Having a good time doing it. And we're not even inside, and I'm already meeting people and having fun. Well, I look at the lovely guests and people behind all the action right here with me. Mira's right here. And who am I hanging out with right now? Let's see. Let's hang out. Let's sit. Why, Sue? Mwah. It's good to see you, Sue. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be a part of it. Thank you for having me.
We're glad to have you.
It's a good time. Look how lovely this is.
Yes.
Also, because where are we? The Sheridan, right?
The Sheridan.
On Grant Road. It's 7 fits on, GPS it. It's easy to find. So come on down to TusCon all weekend long, and we're just beginning. I'm not even sure if the show's begun. We might have about an hour or half an hour left till the merchandise is available in the big showroom. The art gallery, I believe, is that open already? We're going to take you up there in a little bit. I can't wait. Mira, are you so excited? Let me talk to Mira, who's got me almost beat. Look at this. That's an outfit that's out of this world. If there's prom king and queen of this, I think you're looking at it right here. Royalty.
Oh, that's the only way I'm ever going to get prom queen.
That's right. Oh,
At the NerdCon.
That's right. You're the queen of this thing. I see you doing this all day long and all night long. Working real hard. There's so many events. Check out the program. There's an online program. They can find things. Where is it? It's TusCon47.com.
TusCon47.con.com.
Okay, TusCon47.con.com. A lot of those alliterations there. Oh, look, there's another celebrity guest. It's Lizzie, me! Lizzie, hello! You want to come here? Look at this. There's always time. Don't trip, though. Don't trip, because the internet is always a fraud of these sorts of things. Look, it's the internet live streaming. Here's Lizzie, me. We got lots of amazing small businesses in the vendor halls. Lizzie loads up Silver Sea Jewelry here in full effect, looking gorgeous, looking great. The Call of the Fairies, the Return of the Mermaids. This is the lady you have to thank for all that. And there's some guys behind it, too. Don't forget. Oh, my goodness, Lizzie, get back to work. I'm sure you're very busy. I'm going to come interview Lizzie. Oh, I can't even believe it. It's my good friend Wyatt, Santa Claus himself, my man. It's Kurt. There's Kurt. Santa Claus hanging out always in Tucson. It's a nice place to be. You don't want to be hanging out in that North Pole all the time. Can't be doing that.
The weather here is amazing,
right?
So I gotta come down and try that.
That's the real gift. It's the real gift. So you got all these people, celebrities coming from all over the globe. Yeah. North Pole, South Pole, East, West, up around the equator. I can't wait. I'm here. Again, the things out of this world. Let's go inside. You want to follow me inside? We'll see you inside. Sue, we'll be back. We're going to talk to Sue, find out more about it. Mira, you're the best. Kurt, I can't wait. Let's go inside. Let's call some commotion. That's right. The Prince of Promotion, the King of Commotion. Your master of ceremonies, the ambassador of entertainment. For all things happening right here. TusCon45. Oh, my goodness. Get ready. The lighting's about to change, and the volume's about to have to go up or down. I'm not sure. Look how lovely it is. Look how lovely it is.
Hello, everyone.
There it is. Welcome to TusCon45.
TusCon is fabulous.
Yes, there's Fred's hanging out. Everybody's here. Get your name tags. Look how glorious these name tags are. I feel so
Aren't they beautiful?
They match all our outfits.
William Hartman, who couldn't join us this year.
Okay.
He was our guest of honor for artist, but he did send us some beautiful artwork.
Oh, is that some of his artwork?
That's William Hartman.
That is good to know. That's amazing. Look at this. It says I'm special. I feel really good about it. So let's walk in right here. What does it feel like when you walk on in? You can see a full list of events. We didn't throw the graphics into that department as much because you know what? We want to save you as much as we can. So you can see the price. They're very reasonable. Children even cheaper. It's amazing because they're smaller. They don't take up as many atoms in space. That's what it is. So they get to pay a little less. Give us your lunch money, children. Give us your allowance. Come on down, hang out with nerds. So here's all the fun stuff that you see. What a lovely display you've got going on. And again, Mira is just like a wizard who's shown up again. My goodness.
Get rid of me.
It's good to see you. They welcomed you in here with all this fun stuff. Pardon me for shouting. I'm just full of excitement. And one of the things that I'm so excited about is look at this amazing, what do we call this? The program, all the events, the souvenir book. And why is it a souvenir? Because it's so collectible? Why, Miss Natalia Lopez did all this. Give me this phone a second. Oh, it's Natalia's there. There's Natalia. She did all the artwork for the thing. Everyone give Natalia a round of applause. Oh, what's the matter?
No, I'm done. I'm done.
What's the matter?
No.
Who's her little friend?
Well, Jezebel's always there. Winged Jezebel, looking excellent. Again, sometimes if your pets are allowed to be here, we have a nice area for them. They have to be those security service dogs, right?
Yes.
Sell those vests on the
Don't say that, Frank.
I did not tell you, though. But anyway, we've got all this fun stuff. There's lots to do. I'm going to go through the program with you in a little video where I'll be a little calmer. Maybe I take a seat. And we'll go through the entire online program and all the stuff that you're going to see here at TusCon all weekend long, because there's so much to see. I believe that when I got here a moment ago, everyone was so nice and so kind. You get these big envelopes, they got your name badge, they got this. Did I get a gift? Look at this. This is how they treat people. Look, I got gifts. Gifts. TusCon from all the lovely people. You can see all the great stuff that happens. My goodness, old modem mouth here. Can't get enough. I love it the most. This is what fun's all about. Here's a nice mug. Look at this. Bubble wrap. They even know bubble wrap, one of my favorite things, just to play with. Oh, and it's filled with candy. I need more of that, obviously. There you go. Make it a fish. There it is. Fantastic. I love it so much. And then again, cards that thank you for doing things and working so hard. How lovely. And then these lovely things. I got real gifts because I got a little spice, because that's the spice of life variety. I got salt and pepper shakers with these fancy T-Rexes. Golden bow ties. They know the style that's happening. So it's really fun. Let's go inside here because we're going to have a big preview party later tonight of everything that's happening. It's not too late to come on down. You saw those prices. They're practically rock bottom. Come on now. Thank you so much for the gifts. Look at that. I can't believe that there's gifts. My mouth's flying and modem mouthing. All this fun stuff. This is how they take care of people. It's like a big fun family here. I love TusCon so much. You hang on that.
I will hang on
Thank
for you.
You're the best. Let's go in here. I'm going to show you later. There's a game show going on, and now all these people can whisper about me as I walk away, because this sort of cosmic energy isn't things that humans are used to. They're not really used to this out of this world behavior. So you can see in here. Oh, look, there's us hanging out, working hard, getting things done. We're doing some MCing in here later. This is where the entire ballroom area is going to be, and we got lots of fun stuff in here. Last year's where I got to meet a lot of these people last time. So we've got an awesome MC coming. I'll get you all the information on those guests that are going to be around. So all these seats that are going to be filled up with fun festivities, all these nerds, all these local legends hanging out, creating art, and then we're going to have an introduction ceremony to everything, and then big fun game show. Big fun game show hosted by me. It's going to be a Batman match game because it's a sci-fi convention, a horror convention, a fantasy convention. Of course, there's always comics, so I'm going to dress as the Riddler. I've got it all made up, Talia. I did it. I made a Riddler outfit just last night for about $8. Because I had all that stuff laying around. You know what I like to do? I like to just dig in the closets like a vaudevillian. That's what I like to do. So let's go this way. Come on, Talia. Let's go this way. Let's go up the steps. Should we go up the steps or just have an awkward elevator run? You want to live stream an elevator run? I'll go and live stream an elevator run, and I'll just say nothing. It'll be real uncomfortable. Should we do that? That should be really fun and awkward. So let's do that. But a better thing I know, maybe just give me the program and I'll go through some of that while we ride this horrible cube box up a thing.
It's
great
power.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
I know.
It's the amazing.
Go on.
Stupendous.
No, you.
It's a Tucson treasure.
It's
Frank Power.
There it is. I'll take it. Have a big hug. Look at that. Thank you, sir. What a great. That's it's so nice. Let's just hug the internet real quick. There's a hug for the internet. Natalia can steal some of that hug. Jezebel gets some of that. We're going to go on up here again. Let's take in the treasure. That is this TusCon program that Talia drew. The original art for this is available in the art room. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. It's very low priced. I'm fighting Talia to raise the price. Oh, and there's even a pocket program, as well as a nice poster for War of the Worlds. Very excellent things happening at Tucson Theater. Oh, look at that there. Why? Here's your author guest of honor. It's Joe R. Lansdale. There you go. Toastmaster Weston. Hello.
Hello.
We're going to trade. Here we go. We're going to trade spaces. Trade spaces. Up we go. Because right now we're here. Number 2. I'll tell you right now. It's just like that scene in Ghostbusters. You want to just stand awkwardly together? Keep it down. Try to be awkward. It's an awkward silence. Boom! So then this this area opens up. So the second floor is where everything really happens at TusCon. You can see there, guest, oh, special guest. Look, there I am. Jeff Knockins hanging out. That's a good time. Burlescapade's putting on a show. Talia Lopez. Is that Madam Askew? We might go find her right now.
I don't know if she's here yet, but...
We're going to give them a few more moments. I'm going to give the dealers a few more moments, but then I'm going to break in and give you a preview. Then go, without any trouble, to the art room.
And also, Natalia has a panel at 3.
Yes, Natalia has a panel at 3. Let's make sure we take care of that. Let's exchange hugs as we walk past. Yes. Guess who this is? Correct. Howard. Yes. I'm getting a hug. Hello again. Here, come over again. Bring it on in. I'll take it on in for the wheel. Bring it on in for the wheel. That's right. Let's get a preview of the big gallery. Yard show.
Oh, there's some good stuff in there.
Lots of good stuff. It blows my mind.
I'll see you guys later.
I'll try not to shout, but it gets me really.
Don't shout. Don't shout. TusCon is live streaming.
Live streaming. All the fun stuff happens. Here, look. Walk around. Take a sneak peek because we're only going to give you a sneak peek. My goodness, look at that.
Guys, we cannot do photography of any.
Okay.
Of anybody's here.
Okay, we're not. We're gonna walk through and leave. So we will not take any photos. No one will be able to copy or take any of this sort of thing.
Why don't you just?
TusCon. You want me to just stop?
We cannot do any live photo.
Okay. Talia, give it a spin and get out.
There.
This is the art room.
This is the art room.
You're not allowed to
You have to come in.
You got to come on into the show. Listen, this is how it works, okay? You're trying to see that? The only person that can do it is the artist. They're throwing me out. They're giving me the old heave-ho. I tried to work my magic, but you know what? Sometimes you can't fight people you don't want to do that. Take a look, Talia.
No.
You know it. I don't want to interrupt things. See how VIP you got to be here? Look, Talia, sneak one more look.
No.
Sneak it
No.
one more time.
No.
Sneak it.
No.
Sneak it from out here. Look. Shh. Okay, you're not allowed to see that. Let's see if gamers are allowed to sneak up on everyone. Do anything on the live action game, land gaming. Checking it twice, that's what he does all year long. And there we are. It's Tucson Games and Gadgets presented the room. It's very exciting. Oh, look, it's James. Hello. Are you explaining a game?
We're doing Rock, Paper, Wizard.
Rock, Paper, Wizard? What an exciting sounding game. That's one of the fun tabletop events that happen here all day and all night. You play these things till what, 2, 3 in the morning, right? Lots of gaming all weekend, it seems. I got a program, I know it's not lying. Tell these fine folks on the internet, I know you're familiar with them, a little bit about what this is.
This is Rock, Paper, Wizards, a game from Wizards of the Coast, Dungeons & Dragons, where you actually get a bunch of friends together. You are a group of wizards who killed a dragon. You are now fighting your friends because you fell apart as the Fellowship usually does, wanting to get all the fat loot from the dragon, and we're now figuring out who's going to win. Everyone is going to take this turn to go after Josiah because he's about to win.
Ooh, it's exciting.
So does everybody know your
Not
moves?
Josiah, it's Orc 1.
Orc 1?
Orc 1, don't forget it.
So does everybody have the spell that they're interested in getting? I think I know.
So it's like rock, paper, scissors meets D&D.
Mm-hmm. And you point your hand towards who you're casting the spell on. You're probably about to see 3 of you will point it all this way in a second.
Oh, let's see it.
Okay, so, and you want to count it down? You're player 1.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Look at that.
The person who didn't point at me. That was only for a while, sir. No?
So you all just cast Burning Hands.
So first, you just cast Burning Hands on me, which will target gets pushed 1 and loses 1 gold piece. So I'm going to go back 1, and I'll break that for 4 singles.
Okay, there's the money.
Okay, so what were you doing? Oh, you're doing Burning Hands.
On me.
Fork 1, back 1.
I'll see a race to the finish. Exciting
I'm going
stuff.
Burning Hands, so back 1.
Oh, you thought he was going to win. But now.
And I did Burning Hands on that one.
So back 1 for you.
Oh my goodness,
Okay.
they're spitting that hot fire and silent,
So
which is
hey,
insane.
I'm in first place for once. I
Oh,
like
look
this.
who's so proud. Let's not give him all his glory now. Come on down here. We'll play some games. It's a really good time. The game room. Game room. Let's take another tour of this around here. What's happening around town? I can't wait. It's the best thing going. Look at all tabletops, lots of fun stuff. Lots of RPGs happening. And Talia's got a little bit of a table coming up soon. You got some time, Talia. You got some time. Tons of gaming.
No.
Just come on.
No.
Talia, come on.
No.
I bet we can get. I'll charm them.
No.
Plus 81 to charisma.
No.
I'll shoot them with a
No.
a lump spell. That's how that
No.
stuff works. Let's see if I can sneak into the dealer's room.
Yeah, we're sharing a table.
Let's see. Let's see. I'm with the press. We're doing a live stream. They've hired me to do this. I'm in the program. I'm clear. Look, it worked here. My charm worked. He's a handsome fellow. Oh, Tally, I'm sorry. You're a shame. It's a shame. Sorry. We're abandoning Tally. No, come on. Let's take a look at all the local art and all the fun stuff that's happening here. Tons of amazing people. All these alcohol vendors. Lots of books to buy. Lots of things. Take a look here. Walk around. Give them a peek. Look at this thing. It's not even set up yet. Look how gorgeous that looks.
I think somebody's.
I know. Well, what we've got. Let's go. We've got to get on the mark. On the mark. Look how glorious and grand it is. Tons of dragons. Tons to see. Hello. Hello. Are you excited to be here? Is everything going well? Good. Do you want to talk a little bit about what's going on?
Well, the actual artist is over there.
Okay, I won't bother. We'll make a trip. We'll make a trip.
That sounds good.
Heck yes, heck yes. Oh, and I'm familiar with this fine one. Fine local soap. You got to get your local soaps, all handmade, hand done. Oh, and here's some familiar favorites. Some old friends of mine. Where's the makeup? Well, today I got to get on a plane with it. So the makeup. Oh, I'm going to what's it called? Cancun, and I'm doing a wedding.
Have fun.
It's gonna be great. All right. It's none of your business. You can't come. But we'll see you. We'll see you at TusCon weekend, which is the saddest thing that I have to leave. I have to leave TusCon. It breaks my heart more than you know. But at least I'm sneaking in here. That's why I'm doing live streams all day, hanging out with as many people as I can on Friday.
Excellent. Good deal.
Tell me about the Left Hand Asylum. My old friends who help me do all the fun stuff that happens. Local business, entrepreneurs, and also killing it. Killing it.
New stuff.
Lots of new stuff.
We've got the newest things are the new bobbleheads.
Tell you love it.
Down here, we've got the new bobbleheads. We've got some new little skull votives, dish, whatever you want to use it for. You buy it, you can be whatever you want.
That is gorgeous.
New styles with some magnets. Of course, we've got our new styles of soap dispensers.
Look at that. And hand done, correct?
All hand done by the artist.
Look at this. Phenomenal talent. Let's go. Let's see your hands. Let's see where the magic lies. That's right. These things are insured for priceless amounts. For $12.50. Easy, nice, reasonable amount. I love all this. I love the magnets. I always love the book. Oh, you got pins now?
There's some pins now.
Look at that. Lots of new stuff. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, come down, get stuff. That's what you got to do, support these small businesses, local businesses.
Good to see you, Frank.
I can't wait to see you more. I can't. Stop bringing it up somebody's business.
I just thought he was getting run out of town for something he did at Tucson.
We're interstellar. I think we're like two ends of a spectrum. That's what's happening here.
Yeah, right?
It's very nice.
Blues, all the browns.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sparky McTrowell.
Tell me about it.
This is the Adventures of Drake and McTrowell. We're steampunk adventure stories. My husband and I write serialized steampunk adventures. Yeah, so this is the first book. Oh, you'll notice that I look remarkably like this person.
I love it.
And when my husband shows up, I promise you he will look remarkably like this person. And so we got our first book and a bunch of anthologies that we're in with a bunch of other steampunk authors, buttons, CDs of our radio show of our first book.
Oh, fun! You do
we
that?
left the dynamite at home.
Oh well, all right, that's good though.
People are, people are sensitive about
They
this.
can be, all right, especially in the desert. Let me tell you, you can't trust these coyotes. Okay?
Right.
This is phenomenal to see. Now, did you illustrate? Who illustrated?
So we worked with a number of illustrators. The cover art for the first book is by Brian Kessinger, who until recently was an artist at Disney.
Wow.
Worked on some little things like Moana and
Oh,
stuff like
just a
that.
few little nothings. That's all.
Pretty famous in the steampunk community. And let's see. The book itself has a number of illustrators in it. Oh man, I opened my favorite page.
Well done.
This is a Tess Fowler, and she does comic art. She did Rat Queens for a while. She's now doing Black Crown. So we worked with a bunch of different illustrators for that. These books aren't illustrated. They're various cover artists, but my husband did the cover art for this one.
Love it.
And this one is, it's basically this. Imagine that the oracles at Delphi, we're not just like sitting over that volcanic chasm, inhaling sulfurous fumes and just making stuff up. What if the Greek gods had actually given them a clockwork mechanism that could accurately predict the future? So this is the story of that clockwork mechanism making its way through time and space, wreaking havoc wherever it goes.
I love it. I love it. That's what's all about. Clockwork Oracle. Oh man, come check it out. See this? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Full of charisma. That's what it's all about. I love meeting people. I love meeting authors and creators, making their own things. That's what art's all about. Yes. I think, let's take a little look around. Let's take a look over here. But I think maybe we wrap this up. I think it's time to wrap up. Tally's got some more to do. I would like to breathe a moment, and then we'll come back and we'll interview some vendors a little more, I think, one-on-one, and a little more, prepared. Let's get them a little more prepared so that everyone knows what's going on. But I wouldn't mind talking to every single person here. Make sure to go share the video, especially if you're a vendor here at TusCon. Share everything. Go like the pages, hit subscribe to the Facebook pages so that you don't miss the next one. We've got a lot of big plans for what's going on, not just this year, but next year. We're going to grow this show. It's going to be pretty big. Lots of fun stuff happening. But again, always keeping it local and focused on the Tucson community. I love sci-fi, I love fantasy.
Yeah, that's kind of look. Okay,
Alright,
ready?
Yeah.
You gotta get your hand up high. I wonder what these humans are gonna do
Alright, ready?
next. I wonder what these humans are
take
gonna
a
do
look.
next.
Hi, everybody. My name is William Herr. I'm also known as Spanky McSpankface. You may remember me from other TusCons when I've been a guest and I've sat on panels. And right now, I'm enjoying some wine and cheese. Oh, that's good. That's good cheese. All right, what is that? Wimsleydale? Wimsleydale? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just need to wipe my face a little bit. There we go. Yeah. But since COVID-19 hit, as you can tell, I haven't had the chance to really. I'm sorry. I haven't really had the chance to visit a barber, so I've grown a bit of a COVID beard. I'm sure other people have had the same problem. But these are my books. This is one of my books. Here's another one. But otherwise, I haven't been doing much other than just eating wine and cheese. And you know, a lot of people don't truly appreciate the wine and cheese. Oh, this is good. This is good stuff. But if you're sitting and you're eating wine and cheese, oh yeah. I better push this away a little bit. If you're sitting and you're eating wine and cheese, then it can't be all bad. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Oh, that's good stuff. I wonder what the poor people are eating today. It's just, oh yes, and is that turkey? Oh, I love turkey. Wait, I'm sorry guys, I'm not that well civilized. I'm just gonna shove my face in a plate. Shove my face in a plate. Oh yeah, that's a nice, over here, yes. I think I'm just gonna shove my face in it. Oh yeah, I think I need a moment. I think maybe I need a moment to myself in a quiet spot. Oh, but no, I gotta have more. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? This isn't all getting filmed, is it? Honey, don't show anybody this. Oh yeah. Let them think that. Oh no, never mind. I don't care. Oh, okay. Well, I can't believe I did that. I'm so sorry. So, what did you do today?
Hello, everyone. I'm Janie Franz, and I'm an author and editor, and I'm very happy to be associated with TusCon this year. I have 12 titles out. I have a 6-part fantasy series. I have 2 contemporaries, one about Hollywood and one about the music industry. I also have a creepy little short, and I have 3 titles in my Ruin series that I call my archaeology romance thriller series. I'm currently working on a spin-off murder mystery from that series, and I have a couple of other little things in the works that hopefully will get out in 2021. I have a side business where I do academic editing and business ghostwriting and book editing and various other things. Welcome to TusCon.
Hello, I'm Scott Glenner, and this is the part of TusCon where we're talking about making a live movie at TusCon, which if you went to last year's TusCon, you saw. I'm here with the people who are doing who with the Revenge of Zoe trilogy, and they were shooting the love song of William H. Shaw, and it was at TusCon. So, full disclosure, I actually have a cameo in it, so I'm a little biased. We have Drew Kellenkeck, manager of Isle of Games, where there was also some shooting, and in the movie he played Tony. Rachel Netherton, who is the wonderful Zoe. Nathan Campbell, who portrayed Pete Reynoso. Bradford Trojan as the titled Billy Shaw or William H. Bradford Trojan, as Billy Shaw.
Hi again.
Kristen Meza, who is for the director of photography and colorist on the movie. And then this leader of this merry band of minstrels, Marty Catola, executive producer, writer, director, and so many other titles that if I continued to read them all off, we would be here till the end of the panel. So let's start off with the real first question for Marty. Why TusCon, and why did you decide to shoot live there?
Oh, wow. Well, TusCon's kind of the reason the movie exists in a way. As you mentioned, this is part of a film series. This is the fourth and maybe final installment in it, as we've wrapped it up nicely with the bow. But the second installment, Writing Frenzy, we premiered it at TusCon a few years back, and we weren't really thinking anything of it. It had sat around for a few years, and we didn't know if it was going to get an audience. And the reception at the TusCon screening was so overwhelmingly joyous that we decided to make another one, and then that was Revenge of Zoe, and we used a bunch of people from TusCon in that. And then when we decided to make a sequel to that one, we figured, well, let's just take it right back to where it all started from and actually shoot it at TusCon, which was a challenge, but it was very fun at the same time.
So, what are Billy, Pete, and Zoe up to with the new movie?
Oh, wow. Well, let's see.
No spoilers, of course.
Billy's been doing all right for a couple of years. He's been sober, but suddenly Zoe's back, and she's haunting him again. And the reason for this is John and Pete have had a falling out. They've started separate comic book shops, and now Billy has to kind of reunite the guys back together to write one final Zoe story for the big screen and get everybody back on speaking terms again. So that's where we're at.
Okay, that leads into a question for Zoe. How did you feel being an actor who wasn't completely there, for lack of a better term?
It was really fun. It was the first role that I didn't speak at all, which had its challenges, I guess, because I had to be so animated at points and so just kind of silent in the background at other points as well. But again, very enjoyable. No lines to memorize, so I get to really focus on, using my body for comedy or just acting in general, not like actually using sign language or anything. Just trying to impart what I'm trying to say without words. So it was pretty fun.
Great. So let's go back to the actual production of the third movie. When you said that you wanted to shoot at the con, that must have been really challenging. For example, filming at an actual hotel. How did you go through and get, did you have to get permission to shoot at the hotel? How difficult was it shooting at the site?
It was actually very easy once we got everything set up. The most difficult part was the most difficult part of anything is just asking. You just got to be able to ask, and you know what, the Sheraton was more than accommodating because they were already such good friends with TusCon that they trusted TusCon enough to be like, well, if you think this is cool, then fine, you can let them come in here and shoot. And they couldn't have been more helpful. I've shot in places where they don't really want you there very long, and they're kind of like, okay, now get out. Sheraton was the exact opposite of that. It couldn't have been more pleasant. I'd shoot there again. It was so much fun. The first day, it was weird because people were looking at us like, what are you guys doing? This is crazy. You're trying to shoot a movie here? But by day 3, it felt like everybody had just like welcomed us, like, there's that film crew again, and they're up to their crazy shenanigans. So it was fun.
Great. And Christian, as the director of photography, how was it shooting in the hotel?
So I actually thought it was going to be a disaster when we got in there, because at any film sets, I'm kind of one of these guys who says, okay, we need to have a staging set here and we can't have anybody over here. But quickly we kind of realized everybody's a part of it, and it has to feel like a real con. We want to keep the kind of realistic nature of what the con is going. We're not trying to fake it for anything else or say, just some other conventions going on here. We specifically mentioned that it is TusCon that we're going to, and we want to keep the realistic vibe of it. There were some challenges because in film, you don't really want to see a lot of the extras, if you will, the people in the background who are usually accommodating the set, to look into the camera, but there's so many curious people. And after a good shot, we look at some of the film, we're going, crap, somebody looked like right at the camera. And you always know that they're, it's very clear, because every once in a while there's, a little subtle look, but you always have some bozo in the back just going right into the camera lens, and you can't edit that out. We had a time where one of our camera operators, Konstantin, who was on set with us, he had a Steadicam, which for those of you who don't know, is a vest apparatus with a pneumatic arm, and it's a manual analog setup that we use to put on heavy cameras, and it stabilizes, and it's great for walking. We had a part where we had him walking backwards in there's an area on the second floor where there's just a bunch of people selling goods, some of their some various comic apparatus. We even had Eric Schumacher's wife from I think it was Year of the Cat, who was selling her soaps that were there. There's a whole variety of things that were going on, and Constantine was going backwards and backwards, and we had a focus team constantly pulling focus underneath the tables. We had Alex Lim there, who was doing remote focusing through a radio connection. We slammed into people. We had coffee spilled all over us. It's a bit tricky because as we were joking before, it is guerrilla filmmaking. You're filming kind of on the go in the actual environment, but we did great with what we had. And one thing that I want to make note of is that everyone at TusCon was so accommodating and professional, not just the folks who are working there, but just everyone in attendance just kind of realized what we were doing, and they thought, you know what, we get it. And it was really tremendously delightful. And the same with Marty. We will be shooting back there again.
Great. Drew, as the manager of Isle of Games, that was a remote site as well. What were your experiences having the film crew in your business?
Well, they did a really good job of not getting in the way too much. Initially, Marty and I had to work out timing because they were going to want to start later in the day, and I'm like, well, I guess a bit tricky, especially even if we're shooting on a Sunday or whenever we were shooting. Because I can't control customers and we need to make money. So, but for the most part, people would be understanding when they come in. It was very funny because they'd be back in a corner looking at stuff on a shelf and just whispering to each other while people are trying to film. And then we'd be like, all right, guys, you can talk again. And, so people were really accommodating. The other big thing that we had to deal with on this shoot as opposed to the last shoot is that we had just moved the store literally the week before, and so we also had people that were just curious about the location, so they'd come in and they're like, what's all this going on? But it also did work out because it allowed us to be able to maneuver some stuff around the store that we probably wouldn't be able to do if the store had been back up and running for longer. Because there was some stuff we hadn't got unpacked, so there was space in the room in the store that they could use for some other stuff that they wanted to shoot. Like we turned one of the rooms into an office type space, and it worked out pretty well for that. But generally speaking, I mean, these guys were great. They were professional, and they were, they understood that it was a working business, and everybody had to work together. And I think it also helped that because I was in the film and I have a lot of film background, that as a manager of the store, I could understand what they were doing. And so as opposed to another person who might be running the store and they're like, I don't know what they're doing, why they're taking so long to do all this stuff, you know.
Right. Well, I know everybody in TusCon knows about Island Games, but why don't you give them your address and a quick pitch anyway?
We are at the corner of Broadway and Pantano here in Tucson. It's next to the La Baguette Bakery. So
Forgot about that. That was so good.
Yes, it's smell of food coming through the side. We're 7835 East Broadway. And then we sell board games and chess sets and puzzles and all sorts of stuff. We have a big gameplay area, not that we can use a lot of it right now, what with the COVID going on. That was an interesting thing too, because this was the first week, the week we were shooting was the first week this whole thing started with COVID and whatnot. So there was a lot of trying to figure out, well, what's going on? Are they going to shut us down? I mean, we had to shut the store down for about a month, like just after they finished shooting. So we got lucky on that. At least we were able to get our stuff done before all that happened. But
oh, okay. So Marty and Christian, you were doing the con part of the shooting, obviously last year in November, and then apparently you were shooting at Isle of Games in March. Is that typical for a, as you call it, guerrilla shooting schedule, where you're just trying to get together whenever you can?
I mean, it can be, but for the most part, we always try to get everything done within the same month or two. Spreading it out like that is not necessarily something you want to do, because all sorts of things can happen in that amount of time. You know, people could move, lose interest, grow gigantic.
For example, Nathan
yeah,
can grow
Joe,
beard.
yes,
but, I mean,
Nathan can grow his beard.
We realized it would be better to shoot at TusCon in November of 2019, because there was less time between that and March than if we shot in March and November of this year. And hey, I guess we made the right call there, because it would have been a little trickier this year. But yeah, you usually don't do that, but I think we in this circumstance it works, because a lot of the actors who are in TusCon, they're not in, or I should say, a lot of people who aren't in the TusCon scene they're not, the continuity isn't going to be a problem, is what I'm trying to say. The people aren't in the scene that are in the other scenes, so they don't have to exactly have their hair look exactly the same way, or worried about a specific article of clothing or something. So I think when you see the final product, it'll look like it was all shot concurrently, and you won't realize, oh, Bradford's hair is like a half an inch longer on his beard or something. Well, Christian, what do you think about it?
No, you're totally right. You actually covered everything that I was thinking of. And at a time when, because for those of you who are watching this right now, you know, we're still dealing with the pandemic that's starting here. But at the beginning of this, it was kind of really a Pandora's box. We really had no idea what we were gonna ultimately be seeing in the next few weeks. So keeping continuity is very essential throughout films, and making sure certain styles are kept, to make sure on a production end, to make sure that the cinematographic quality kind of has the same shape throughout these continuous filming sessions. And the longer you go without filming and without seeing each other, it's a lot more likely that you're going to get these discontinuities that occur within the film. But one thing I want to make note is that we're all really tight knit as well. And as Marty said before, we can excuse a certain amount of things, but all of us within the group, we're all pretty much really good friends with each other, and we kind of understand that we have this ability to tell each other of certain things, whether things come up in our lives, or you know, whether we're not going to be able to make certain dates or not. I don't know, if somebody loses an arm or something, we have all of we're so tight knit that we kind of have that kind of collective knowledge of being prepared for it. And that for as a director of photography, and for Marty as who's also co-directing this, it kind of calms us down a lot more knowing that. And plus, it makes it really nice when we can all sit down and have a beer together.
Right. So, and you're talking about having a period of time between shooting. This is the third in the trilogy. So, was it very different from the first two?
It was similar to the previous installment, Revenge of Zoe, because we managed to get like 80% of the cast back, which is pretty unusual after 3 to 4 years to get almost everybody to come back. A lot of the time people have moved on, like from the earliest installments, almost everybody from those have moved on and we've recast people. But this time it was kind of like Christian's saying, it's like, oh, let's bring the tight-knit group back together and let's all just do it again. So it's like a talent show.
That's great. So I think right here is a really good place. We have a special treat for you. We're going to play you the trailer, and then we'll be right back and continue this discussion. Okay, Frank, put the trailer in here. Trailer runs. Everybody goes, yeah!
Yeah!
That was great.
Oh my God.
I was hilarious. I don't know about everybody else, but
Okay, so now we'll be. Does anybody need to have something to drink, take a little break, or you want to continue on?
I'm good.
Good. Okay, we're back in 3, 2, 1. Wow, that is wonderful.
Oh
As you
my
can
God.
see from the trailer, one of the great things about the movie is the relationship and chemistry between Bradford and Nathan. Can you two talk about that? I mean, you two have a great comedy pattern going.
Nathan, my buddy.
After my homie.
Yeah, I feel like I met you in the Revenge of Zoe when we started filming that, and I was kind of brought into the mix because I know I was recast as Billy Shaw. So a few of you had already been working, you and Eric and Marty and Cliff, and so it just felt like after we kind of got to know each other during filming, we all hit it off. I felt like a part of the family and the team, and so we also just have a real, I think, kindred spirit amongst us. For the goofy, nerdy, fun goofball that happens, and
Well, we were hanging out in a comic book shop, so we were talking things like Rick and Morty and other weird, odd pop culture references. And
yeah, Rick and Morty may have been the biggest through line for you and I specifically.
For sure.
And I actually remember specifically during Revenge of Zoe a joke you told me. I kept saying Oonga Boonga a whole bunch, and you're like, yeah, like the joke. I was like, what do you mean, what joke? And then you proceeded to tell me the Oonga Boonga joke that if people aren't familiar, someday you got to have Nathan tell you the Oonga Boonga joke. I'm actually feel qualified to tell the Oonga Boonga joke now. And I have since told people that Oonga Boonga joke, and I feel like that really makes them laugh a lot. So that's something I remember is from Revenge of Zoe. And then for this, it just feels like we just picked right up, and it was like, off and running. And, much like everyone else that I'd met before the last movie, it just feels like we were just like very easy, just settling in and just going for it. Once we started the TusCon shooting last year, it felt really good to be back. So, but yeah, and I'd like to hear what you think too.
Yeah, pretty much that. Yeah, we bonded over a few different pop culture references, and we were able to look them up quickly because we were in a comic book shop, which was kind of nice. But yeah, I remember we went back and forth on a few different sci-fi things just to have something to talk about and something to do between scenes, when we weren't practicing lines or whatnot. And I think that made it, I don't know about you, but I really wanted to make sure that you were welcome to the crew, and that's one of the reasons why I did that, to reach out to you, to help you feel more included.
I remember it felt totally included. I remember once Eric and I were also talking just during, there's a lot of downtime when you're not filming, so you practicing the lines, but you're also just like hanging out like we were doing. And I was talking about some sci-fi thing. I forget exactly what it was. And Eric turned to me and he said, "So you're one of us." And that's when I felt like I had really been initiated into the part of the nerddom. And he just, he didn't realize. So, some of that background in
Bradford,
me.
that would be Eric Schumacher, correct?
Eric Schumacher, yeah. One and only.
So Bradford, in the trilogy, you're the only person who really sees and interacts with Zoe, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how were you able to work with that kind of, am I going mad? Is she there? Why is she there? You know, type of thing. How did you go through that process?
Well, I don't consider myself by any means comparing to like the famous method actors like Dustin Hoffman or De Niro or anything. So I'm just saying that right off the bat. Like I wasn't training in madness or like a Daniel Day-Lewis style thing of like I'm going to go mad for this role.
Well, considering that he's kind of on the Hunter S. Thompson edge of writing, I think we can all say that's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I wasn't like living it out, but at the same time, my own, madnesses I've experienced in life and, mental imbalances that have shown up over the years. I definitely was able to tune into that and try to at least harness it in the first movie with Rachel and just kind of go into some of those wacky, weird places. And also again, like Rachel was really accommodating, and we were just having a lot of fun and getting giggly. And I think that really spurred a lot of being able to go into that place because it is like serious, but it's also a comedy. So we were able to just like get real kind of goofy, and I think also when you're not sleeping enough, that helped a lot. Some of those nights where we were up real late and then filming the next day, so you're just kind of all over and getting wonky, and that just helped, I think, to fuel the madness that was there on the last movie. And then this movie, it's like how to channel it in a different way, knowing now that Billy Shaw is kind of like cleaned up and but he's getting back into this world a bit.
And Zoe, Rachel.
Yes.
One of the great things about the character is, of course, the costume. How did you feel about getting into the costume?
I don't mind it. I am a relatively conservative person, so I would never really wear something like that on my own. So it definitely was a mental, putting on the costume. I was stepping into her shoes. So it was a not really method acting as per se, but I had to step into that costume. I have a lot of tattoos as well, as you can see. So that was the most irritating part. The costume wasn't a big deal. Having to cover up all of my tattoos for continuity and stuff was a little time consuming and a little frustrating. If you've ever tried to cover up a tattoo, you know how infuriating it can be because if they don't get covered up, it just doesn't happen. So that was the biggest part of the costume, is covering up tattoos.
Cliff Campbell also, there's many times I just kept seeing him. You show up to set and he'd be like, "There it is. Another tattoo. She got another tattoo."
Yeah, well, I did come back. I came back, but from Revenge of Zoe to William H. Shaw, I probably got 5 tattoos, and the majority were above the glove line. So, this one here had to be covered, this one inside had to be covered, like all this stuff had to be covered up now. And he's like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, dude. You didn't tell me 3 years ago that you were going to bring me back. Like, you hinted at it, but I'm not going to stop my life for that."
Above the glove. Stay above the glove.
Jeff constantly putting the makeup on, so Jeff got really good at that.
Yeah, he did. Got a photo. It's one of my favorite photos, is Jeff putting the makeup on me in the sun. It's really cute.
That was a really point of pride for him too. I realized he would bring that up a lot. I feel like that really did. He really like captured something in himself being doing makeup that time. It was great.
He liked it. He turned it into like an artistry, which it kind of is. You have to work with the color wheel, because if it's black and you're trying to get back to tan, you got to put on orange and then these other, green, all this kind of stuff to balance each other out. Otherwise, you just see this big old blotchy thing on the arm where the tattoo. So yeah, he took it in stride like crazy.
And nobody can tell, so he did a great job.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
And
it's
then,
funny because one of the other actresses doesn't have tattoos, but her character needed tattoos, so we had to put fake tattoos on her. So it's
That was ridiculous.
so Nathan, you were in all three, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And tell us a little about the whole arc of, the movies and your characters because from what I understand in the third movie, they're kind of in some ways growing up and then in a lot of other ways not.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's definitely growth of the character. There's character arc development you've seen over the course of the trilogy, but people remain who they are at their core, and that's what comes out in this movie, I would say.
Nice. People remain
both for better and for worse.
People remain who they are at the core. That's a really really great thing to do for movies and in real life to just kind of keep in mind. So does anyone else want to say anything before we go on to either question and answers from our live audience or just wrap this up? Nope. Okay. Thank you again. And there's a good chance that some of these people will be here in chat rooms to answer your questions about the movie. Thank you again.
Really thought this part of my life was behind me. Frenzy disappeared with the drinking 3 years ago. Why now?
Zoe's back. No, she isn't.
If people know I see Frenzy, they'd lock me up. I've seen her since the first movie I wrote about her. This makes no sense, and I'm right on the verge of freaking out. John and Pete know, but no one else, not even Katie.
I'm really worried about Billy.
Well, you're no help.
I mean, it's only one day, pal. The day can't last forever.
Pete and John aren't gonna listen to me. I'll end up smarting off and someone will get smacked, guaranteed.
I love this con.
I'm not leaving till I get a copy.
Yeah, me either.
Okay, but there are no more.
That's your problem.
We're not leaving.
Come on, guys, back off. This isn't gonna solve anything.
You know, I cosplay furries on the weekends.
Next.
This would all be so much easier if I was hammered. Hammered.
Toot toot, William.
Whoa, hey buddy, where do you think you're going?